Pilau comes in a varieties of spellings because of the different origins, and it's also cooked in a variety of ways. It can be cooked in the Middle East. They like to add things like nuts and raisins. In parts of Europe like Spain, the rice is replaced with grains such as orzo or barley. Hi, welcome to Uncle Joe's Kitchen. My name is Joseph Karaoke, aka Uncle Joe. Today we'll be cooking chicken pilau and kachumbari. Kachumbari is basically just a salad made from tomato, onion, cilantro, and a lot of times people add avocado and hot peppers to it. In our version, we added unconventional things like raisins and a green apple chopped up finely. And we also added some apple cider vinegar to give it a little bit of a kick. Pilau is basically just rice cooked in a vegetable or meat broth. And this rice is then used in a way that the grains of rice don't stick together. You want to separate the individual grains of rice. And strategies for doing that include things like pre-frying the rice. We didn't pre-fry the rice, but you can do that. You can also make sure that you rinse the rice to remove excess starch, so you want to rinse it quite thoroughly. And you can add oil to the water when you're cooking the rice, so it can act as a kind of lubricant and keep the rice grains separate. Here in Kenya, we use Pilau Masala, which is basically ground spice of cumin, cardamon, clove, cinnamon, and black pepper. When we made our ground spice, we roasted the whole spices first so we could release the aromatic oils, and then we grinded it in a spice grinder or like a high-powered blender. But you can also use a mortar or pestle, just depending on what you have. When we were making our chicken pilau, we also made sure to sear our meat first. A lot of times people boil the meat, but we seared it to achieve that Maillard effect that happens when you caramelize the meat with sugars. You get a certain flavor that you can only get from sauteing or cooking the meat at high temperature first. So we caramelized our meat after marinating it, and then we used, instead of plain water, we made our own chicken broth by utilizing the pressure cooker. We took some chicken bones, we put some turmeric, onions, garlic, and aromatics such as that in a grinder with some vinegar, and then we added that to the pressure cooker, and we pressure cooked it on high heat for about 2 hours. Alternatively, you could boil it for like 12 hours on low heat, but we were trying to make the most use of our time. Now, the origin of pilau is said to have began in Persia, which is now modern-day Iran, but through mechanisms such as migration, trade, colonization, pilau can be found in almost every continent. There's pilau in Southeast Asia, in India, you have pilau in Europe. Africa, of course, we have our own version of pilau that has an Indian origin. And you can also find it in the Caribbean and in South America.